Hey there, Dan Savadra from MergeYourData, and today we're going to be diving into Marketing Studio, which is a beta that was released by HubSpot a couple months ago. We've run one campaign out of it for ourselves and have been experimenting with clients. So I want to give a real life walkthrough, quick run through of the tool itself and just kind of show you the ropes here. And so we're going to start out here on the Marketing Studio page. So in the marketing navigation over here, you'll have the Marketing Studio link. And then it'll bring you to this intro page. They have their own demo video here. They also have some sample campaigns that you can use to start so that you don't have to start from scratch. And so down here, we have the recommended templates. You can always choose one of these, but we're actually going to look at a real campaign that we've been experimenting with in our own account here. And so I'm going to go over to the manage section here, and then starting this quarter, and we have this meta ads funnel that we are testing currently. And so we're going to go into it here. Just take a quick look. And the interface is so much better than campaigns used to be. And that's because campaigns used to basically just be a bucket, in my opinion, of where you would tie assets to a campaign, maybe see some numbers about it, but you don't really have a good visual of everything going on inside of that campaign. And so this has changed now with this canvas. And you can see if I zoom out here, we have the entire campaign and funnel mapped out here on this canvas. And so we have everything from the ad campaign to the landing page, to the CTA, to the form with all the automated emails tied to the campaign, to the next landing page with the next CTA and the next form. And then it just goes on and on. And so you can see high level numbers here. You can see from our experiment how many contacts we've gotten from this landing page, the conversion rate for the actual form, the click rate for that second CTA, and on and on. And so it just makes it a lot easier to visualize and plan an actual campaign here and see how everything is tied together. We can go in and add additional connections here if we wanted to. We can add assets just like before. So you can see all the assets here that we could add to the campaign itself to track all the metrics around it. Can even add in some sales assets here too. So it's pretty comprehensive and it gives us a really good view of how everything is connected. Now, on top of that, you have a campaign overview section here with a campaign brief, where you can basically summarize every single thing about your campaign. And then up top, you have a calendar view. If you wanted to use it to schedule tasks, you can do that. But it also gives you just a view here of how long maybe your ad campaign has been running or when you created specific emails in that campaign. So it gives you a really good view of when things were published over a period of time. Then beyond that, you have this board view as well, where you can see drafts, you can see the scheduled area, you can see published and sent, and then you can see archives. So it gives you a nice little board view of where all the assets are at. And then lastly, you have this table view where you can just see a high level performance of all of your assets and everything that's inside of the campaign. So there's a lot more packed into this entire Marketing Studio experience here. You still have the same core functionality of being able to add assets and track the attribution around it. But then you're also given some additional options here on the right-hand side where you can create tasks directly inside of the campaign on the right-hand side. You can use AI here. You can use the assistants from HubSpot to generate different content. And then you can also leave comments there for your teammates. So still collaborative, still useful for like a high-level view, but you can also drill down into specifics. And then lastly, I want to go into the performance and details because this has gotten a facelift as well. And so in the performance section here, you'll see with this testing campaign, it's the results aren't quite there yet, but it still gives us some good data. So if we scroll down here, you'll see some more information about the contact lifecycle count, the amount that was spent, the amount of contacts that were generated, and then everything around the form conversions and the page views and everything like that. So you really get a comprehensive look of everything going on inside of your campaign. And so this is a great little dashboard area to really understand the impact that your campaign is having. On top of that, you have an activity tab where you can see everything that's been updated or changed around the campaign. You can set a budget if you like. We haven't set budgets in the campaign itself here, but if you're at that level of planning, then you can do that here. We just went over the performance tab. You have the attribution tab here. So depending on your marketing hub plan, you might just have the contact create attribution, but you might also have deal create and revenue if you have marketing enterprise. And so you can change these attribution models here by just clicking and selecting to see the differences. And last but not least, you have all the tasks here if you're using tasks inside of campaigns. And so the Marketing Studio overall just gives you one spot to really see the performance and the entire planning and asset distribution of a marketing campaign. Before, you had to plan this visually in some other tool. And then when you're in HubSpot, it's kind of clunky seeing what is tied to the actual campaign itself. Now you can do it all inside of HubSpot without having to go to an external tool. You can see all the performance and attribution around those assets. You can do the planning, the project planning, the asset planning, everything inside of HubSpot without having to go anywhere else. And that's pretty much it. That's Marketing Studio. It's a new feature in HubSpot. It's a beta. I would strongly suggest exploring it, especially if you already have Marketing Pro or Marketing Enterprise. I'm Dan Saavedra from MergeYourData. If this was a useful video and you want some further help inside of HubSpot, setting up automations, setting up integrations, visit our website. The link is in the description. Appreciate you watching.